Alright, it's time for Daily Challenge someday, late October. This is PlanetWalls, and Becky made me do this because she liked that I was still sleepy and thought it was charming. It's early in the morning, so I feel like a ninja. In this proud land we grew up strong. We were something all along. So we're gonna score maximize or something, fuck-a-doodle-doo. We're gonna talk about some things that happen and, this is gonna explode. I don't care, throw the dog! The dog died. We knew that would happen, but I didn't feel like carrying him. Realistically, the dog in the first level doesn't matter that much, unless I'm being careful. We're gonna carry around this corpse like it's a rabbit's foot. How do they make rabbit's feet? I mean, let's be realistic. They probably cut off the foot of a rabbit and then leave the rabbit to die. Maybe they make 4 rabbit's feet out of it? Probably 2, because it's not called a rabbit's hand. Hi, Becky!
Hi.
This dog isn't gonna run away anymore. I made sure it couldn't run away. Look.
You're in such a funny mood that I made you record.
Are you proud of yourself?
I am, actually.
I read something on Reddit the other day that said that there's an area where a man's penis connects to his... What is it? What's that part of the body called? His penis connects to the part under his penis that connects to the hips. I'm gonna see if I want to spend some bombs to get that crate I saw. And there's like a little button there, apparently. And if you push the little button, all the pee that you were making comes out. Okay, I better start the story again so people aren't as confused. Anyway, on Reddit, there was a thread that said something like, what are the best life hacks that are generally not safe for work? And you're not at work if you're watching this, though you might be. And I was like, ooh, I'm interested in not safe for work life hacks. The question didn't even really make sense to me. I was like, why would a life hack be not safe for work? A life hack, in case you're like, I don't know, Danish or from some other country where you have manners, and I don't know, whatever. A life hack might be a universal concept.
I didn't know what it was until I got the context.
A life hack isn't...
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, God. I have to pull off a PlanetWalls style jump in order to...
It's like,
oh!
for those who want to min-max their life.
Yeah.
Like, every second of it. I think there's a series of TED Talks on min-maxing their people's lives.
I'm holding this dog for no strategic reason in the game, only for my personal sexual reasons. Okay, we have to blow a rope to get up there.
Holy shit.
Anyway, so, essentially, the life hack, it's like, how do you make your life slightly better by doing, like, little things? Is this my coffee? Mm-hmm. It's tall.
Well, it's there.
Yeah, and so the top one was like,
so when you were like,
when you're
hey,
urinating,
slave, go make my coffee.
You made this happen yourself. I'm gonna victim blame here. Watch out, you're hitting the microphone. For you it makes no noise at all, but for them, it sounds like thunder. Oh God, there's so much, oh, this is good. Yeah, life hacks. This guy the first poster was like, when you're urinating, if you're a man, there's a tiny area between your penis and your, like, hips or whatever the part is that connects to them. And he's like, that tiny area, there's like a little button. And I was like, really? Okay, never seen it. And he's like, if you push on it, after you're done peeing, all of your urine the remaining urine that's in your urethra will ooze out, like, immediately. So you don't have to dribble urine in your pants. And I was like, this sounds interesting. And I've been trying it every time I've peed since I read that. For like the last week, no dice. I can't figure it out. But I'm sure the guy waiting in line behind me at the urinal in the science center was like, why is this guy doing that? He's not moving in a way that makes sense to me as a fellow urinating man. So, what I'm trying to say is that guy was either bullshit and was karma whoring, or I just don't have the same anatomy as him as he. Does he have? Yeah, I think it's he. That's a weird English construction because nobody ever says is he. Did I miss like an altar or something? This floor was kind of awesome because I picked up a lot of bombs from that shopmaster. Come on, Poppy, get in there. Is it? Why? I wonder if I should go through and mod. Somebody else has modded their Spelunkies such that, like, this Bisnap guy, he modded his Spelunkies so that all his Spelunkies looked like Northern Line, the other Let's Player. Not Spelunkies, all his damsels. And then one of them licks him when he goes through the exit screen at the end. So it's like this little bald man with glasses in a brown loincloth that just licks him. I should do that. I should find a way to mod it to make it so that all the damsels look like Becky, so that I'm shocked when they inevitably die due to my idiotic play.
Don't make me into a damsel. Make yourself into one.
Should I record my... Should I make myself both the Splunker and the damsel?
Yes.
That kind of makes sense.
Actually, I like that quite a bit. I might get confusing at times.
So, I think that it's time. Ghosting, that's going to be really hard. I'm going to have to come back and try to do it, I think. The reason it's going to be hard is because I'm going to have to climb up there, but at the same time, what am I trying to say? I would have to wait up there for the ghost to get him to ghost that area, and that seems very difficult. I would like to ghost that stuff, though. And I'm going to try, I think, still. There are lots of spikes up there to allow the shopkeeper to just die, so I'm not worried about that so much. Oh, there's another shop down here. And he's got a jetpack, and... Oh my god, there's so much going on in this level. That's it, people. Time to kill. Time to die! Bam! 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 Oh man, there was a freeze ray in that thing. Okay, so now everything got easier. We were gonna, like, Matic the shit out of it. Woo! Don't want to get crushed. Fuck! Fuck! Okay, hang on. We can make this happen. There we go. Alright, so let's take care of this problemo. Now! Oh my god, so many gems. This level is gonna be crazy. No! I just took the dog into the dog hole! Didn't want to do that. I should have done something else. That was a mistake. So now we're not gonna have the Kapala as fast. That's bad news, peoples. So anyway... what's its fuckity do? Fuck! Okay. We're never gonna be able to ghost this if I'm actually ghosting the vault. So let's ghost that vault. That's the next step. Should I bring that shotgun? Probably. No! Ghost is coming now! Okay. Ghost is in the wrong spot. It's okay. Wah! Almost fell on those spikies. Oh my god. I need lunch. Alright. Get in there! Oh, now there's a ghost. Okay, I need another escape route. There's one.
Need food? Need food?
I don't know. Who doesn't these days? I don't know what I'm saying.
Some
people need breakfast.
Some people need less food.
Time to milk my cat. It's time to make breakfast.
The reason I'm talking so little is to let them enjoy your...
They don't enjoy it at all.
I think it's funny when you're in this mood. This is the mood he's in when he's just woke up. And he doesn't want to have woken up.
Becky woke me up. I, like, set the alarm back, and then, like, 10 minutes later, she woke me up. And I was like, why did you do that for? Were you bored? And she was like, kinda. I was like, oh. Okay.
That's actually true. But he gets into this, I don't know, it's almost like, it's like poetry. Like, you know, in the sense
it's like poetry,
of, like,
it rhymes.
Where you're unrestricted, and you kind of
I don't like where this is going.
You're kind of, where my comments are going? Well, no,
what?
Where you just like...
Oh, no, not where your comments are going. I was talking about the game. Remember, I'm playing a game?
Right. So where you're unrestricted, and you're talking, and you're writing, and like everything kind of flip-flops into other things, and that's, you know, poetry's awesome when...
It's like poetry, it rhymes.
No, that's not what poetry is really all
It's like poetry, it rhymes.
I wouldn't say that that's the characteristic feature of poetry.
Wicka wow, wild west. See,
but AJ has this like...
poetry,
AJ has this issue where... his dry, like,
Oh no! I have no way of getting out of this! Oh, now I'm in a bad mood.
his dry, obstinate sense of humor comes out.
Man,
And
I
he
should have
also-
had my coffee before daily challenging. There was so much to do on that one. It was fun. Fuckity-doo.
438. Whoa. Anyway.
Well, sometimes you fuck up and die on the third level.
It's really my
God, how do
fault. It's my fault.
Well,
So let me just.
you set the conditions of this run in a really difficult way.
We're playing around. We're like, well, maybe the best time to do this is in the morning, or maybe the best time to do this is in the
I'm a
afternoon.
sleep ninja.
Usually it's evening, but like this is funny because AJ's in his best word salad mood. I don't know
Yeah.
how he comes up with the stuff he comes up.
You know what we get to do? We get to know Gold Run.
He starts talking in ways where, like, I don't know, words
Well, we
come
can
out
talk.
of his mouth.
We can talk about the conference that we went to yesterday without much detail. Don't worry. I'm not gonna say, hey, if you're a stalker, come find us at this address between the hours of.
Just don't name any names of who gave what paper.
I just went to a talk, and so these are academic talks with graduate students of different ages and different positions in their programs. And this one guy, he has this paper, and I don't know. I'll just pretend to be him, kind of. Hello. Yes, I am wearing a blazer, and under that I'm wearing a sweater, and under that I'm wearing a vest, and under that I'm wearing a tie on a long sleeve t-shirt. Wait, you thought I would wear a bow tie too? I'm not a hipster. So anyway, I'm going to give a talk about some things, and this is me bracketing this. I'm not going to tell you what it was about, but I'm going to give you a talk about some boring things, and it'll be fairly basic, which is okay for a talk, really. But I'm going to do that thing that lazy grad students do sometimes, where instead of writing a talk for this event, for this conference, instead, I will take a paper I wrote for some other purpose, not trim it down, and then be surprised when I'm running out of time, because I can't read it all. And you can actually see how many pages that I have in front of me of single-spaced nonsense written. And you can see my panicked eyes as I start to realize that I'm running out of time. But, I mean, I could have predicted this, right? Yes, you would be right to think that. I just chose not to. So,
you only get like half.
this would be a better run for
You only get half an hour, right?
What?
You only get half an hour.
I have 20 minutes to complete this paper, and then I have another 10 minutes for Q&A in theory. Instead of doing that, I'll take 40 minutes to not complete the paper. What I will do...
The best is when people are just like, well, I think I'll,
Excuse me,
just
miss. I'm giving a paper right now.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Hey,
I'll
say what you were gonna say.
I'll just skip these 5 pages and go to my conclusion.
Yeah, and then it
'Cause I
turns
didn't-
out that
I didn't time it at all.
my conclusion goes like this. Now I will sum up some concluding thoughts about problem X. I'm like, oh, it's almost over. Thank God. And then he finishes talking for a few minutes, and then he says, now I will sum up my concluding thoughts for problem Y. And I was like, what? And then, so I'm waiting and I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, well, it's got to be almost over now. He said he's concluding twice. And he's like, so in conclusion, and I was like, what? But in between that time, so many pages were skipped. This must have been like a fucking dissertation or a book that this guy just printed out. I don't know.
Probably.
But, so anyway, I'm this guy who's wearing 5 different stages of formal wear that are not necessarily mutually exclusive, but certainly redundant.
It is cold.
It is cold out there. That's why you wear a tie under your sweater. I'm mad about this snake. There we go. Holy fuck.
I mean,
Oh my god. Whoop! So,
I mean, it's just funny because it's so stereotypically true.
you're like,
Of
yeah,
all
the reason this graduate conference is worthwhile is because you have people who didn't plan a paper for it and then just start reading something much longer, don't actually get it done, and then they just say things that are nonsense. They're like, as I performed in the pages that you didn't hear, that was part of what I did. And you're like, what? I don't know what's going on. You don't have the paper in front of you, so you're like trying to listen, but it's real hard.
I think the best are the ones that actually give the paper, or give the quotes that they're close reading.
Yeah.
If you're doing a textual analysis. Oh, there was another thing I mean, they weren't all bad papers.
No, not all the papers were bad.
All of them, there were a lot of good ones.
I just wasted 3 bombs on this, so I'm glad it was 3 ropes. That's a lie, Becky.
Yeah. Well, what was funny though is that so in our field, like I think the word data sets or data analysis was used, but like without ever really showing us what those data.
I performed some kind of regression, and
we're not trained as statisticians nor or psychologists, or I probably shouldn't reveal too much, but like we're just not trained. Like
you just stop right there. We're just not trained.
And well, you and I are.
Oh, go over there.
Taking at least basic stats, like regression analysis. Anyway, but like what's funny is that I'm sure you can learn how to do it. Like I'm sure that one girl.
Statistics?
Yeah, like I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure that
the one woman with her
don't say
paper.
Say too much. Don't say too much.
I'm not gonna say too much. Jesus Christ, do you think I'm out of control?
No, but she was doing a field in which like she would have had to have known. So
in which it seems like she must have known some kind of math, but she wasn't an ethnographer. Oh my God! This like starts with a man throwing a. I have never seen that before. That was total bullshit.
She wasn't an ethnographer.
No, that's my point.
Oh yeah, but she
Froggy.
She wouldn't be able to survive in her field unless she knew. So I believed her when she said that there were data sets.
Well, she used the word data sets abstractly. Anyway.
I get a little suspicious when people start talking about data analysis, but then like, I know that
oh God.
That they probably haven't taken a statistics course, much less probably an intense one. Like if they haven't taken multivariate, I don't know, statistics. I don't even know the name of it. That's how bad I am.
Oh, Gem. I wanted the springy shoes!
But anyway, that word's been thrown around a lot, but we didn't see any
like,
of them.
The data sets show that this is the case. And you're like, the data sets? Sets of what?
Where are those? We didn't get those?
Well, I didn't prepare those for my paper. I'm only in an Ivy League. I don't plan. I only go to school at some prestigious universities, so when I visit your university, I don't prep these things because I can't be bothered. I'm here for the booze. I actually think that's what some people think. They're like, well, I gotta put this on my CV, so fuck you. I don't have any bombs because I blew them all stupidly to get some ropes. Something just exploded up there. That's okay. Fuck you, Batman.
The panels were coherent.
Yes, they were.
Like sometimes they're just like you have no idea.
I normally would complain about a conference, but this conference was all right. I have no problems with it so far, except for sometimes people just show up and they're like, this is my paper. My paper is on the Cashew-Julu relationship in Methodist theology, concretized as critique. And then there's a colon, and they're like, how many peanuts does it take to get to the center? And that's like what their paper is. And you're like, what? What's this on?
That would be really interesting.
How many peanuts does it take to get to the center? 1 Charlie Brown's worth. Kill that guy. Let's see. I'm actually doing pretty well on a no gold run when I'm not paying attention. Though I did stupidly use all my bombs, so if I make it through this, it'll be a fucking miracle.
I think that would be an interesting paper. Julu is a
I've decided that's a hybrid Jew-Lutheran. Jewish Lutheran. A Lutheran Jew. Julu or Luju. Depends on who the mother is.
I think it's us, yes.
And recent data sets that I won't get into because they're only the most significant part of this project have shown that Julus have had conflicts with different populations of the African American church.
That's not true.
I died.
That's not at all true.
Well, also this paper is one I'm making up.
Oh.
So, of course it's not true. Recent data sets that I won't talk about because I don't know how to interpret them or...
It's more like Jews get into conflict with other Lujus.
I performed some sort of regression on the data that other ethnographers have collected about the Methodist Church and how Lu Jews are infiltrating it, or the perception that apocalyptic Jewish Lutherans are going to commit a murder. Even though data shows that there are very few Jewish Lutherans who commit murders, most murders are committed by Lutheran Jewish. The Methodist Church is very concerned about these things in the state of Tennessee, according to the regressions that I have performed but won't share.
Yeah.
In this paper, I will spend some time talking. Then after I'm done talking, I will flip through the pages nervously and show you that I actually have about a dozen single-space pages, which I cannot possibly finish in the 20 minutes allotted. After I look nervous, and then say I will start here, what I skipped was the stuff that you may not care about, even though it sounds really important. After I do that, you will look around confused, and then we will agree that I can still put this on my curriculum vitae. Thank you for understanding why we're all here. Not to learn from each other, but to wear funny clothes. And not make a bad enough impression that you will say, hey, that guy whose name I didn't remember, don't give that one a job. He was an a-hole. That's what I'm trying to avoid. It's the only thing I'm trying to avoid. Fuck.
What, give you a paper like that, or what? Something
No, that's just what they're all saying. How am I gonna do this shit? Oh, great.
No.
Let's see if this works.
You have given papers in the past that
Let's
are
go like one pixel at a time.
You have given papers in the past that are way too long.
Oh, fuck me.
You have.
The sprites. I have given too long of papers, but I haven't given way too long of papers.
No,
I've never had to say, I'm sorry, I need to not read this because I forgot that I was only given 20 minutes and I printed out an entire book-length project that I just decided I would wing it, essentially. God damn it. How can you travel and then do that? Travel to a conference and be like, I didn't really prepare.
A lot of people.
I mean, I'm just saying, I would be very surprised if this guy were watching right now and knew we were talking about him.
Somebody told me about the,
but maybe it's possible that there's just some guy, some graduate student at a prestigious university who visited me and then was like, why are they hurting my feelings? I couldn't finish my paper or trim it down because I was watching Spelunky on the plane.
One of my older, like when I was really young, one of my professors who's very like prominent in her field talked about how when she was flying to the MLA conference or
that was
whatever,
pretty badass what I just did.
She just started, like, she knew people that would just start writing their paper on the plane.
I'm sure all these people wrote them on the plane. It's about intellectual discovery. That's why you write a paper, a variant of which you've already presented somewhere else or written. You forget about it until the last day, and then you just say, oh, fuck it. Well,
if you want to do a good job, you really only write 8 pages.
That's true.
So it's not even that long.
Double space.
Right, so it's not long.
And that means you've preserved time for questions. You've kept your paper short enough so people can know what the fuck is happening. I'm sorry. Like, it can even be in a topic. The paper that we're talking about was actually in a topic very close to my field, and I'd read the text discussed before in multiple contexts several times. And I was still like, what? What's happening? And it wasn't like I was like, I don't understand the details of this project. It was more like I was just like, I don't know, like, what the point of this is or what we're saying. What's the big deal? What's happening? And, God, that's just not a feeling you want to have, because sometimes you're excited that you actually went to this thing and you have an opportunity to experience intellectual discourse in a field that you're actually fairly learned in, and it turns out that it's just some joker who wears 5 pieces of formal wear and wishes he were dead.
I think the last part is an assumption of yours.
I'm very nervous about what I'm trying to do here.
I think
Looks like I'm doing like a Rube Goldberg fuck-a-doodle-doo.
Yeah, I think you impose that last part.
God, pick up this rock. Damn it. Wait, the part that he wants to die? I guess we don't know that for a fact. That's...
No. In fact, they probably just want to survive, because
yeah.
we don't have enough money to eat, really.
Oh. Now this thing is in this position again? I just want...
Everybody heard of the NPR professor that like died of cancer but only made $10,000 a year?
Oh, I got the gem again. I'm gonna go fuck-a-doodle-doo onto some spikes. Bam!
What is with that word?
Huh?
What's with that word?
I don't know. It's like the word where I'm like, I'm angry and I want to swear in a goofy way, but I can't think of anything else to say. So, that first no gold one was pretty successful. The rest, less so.
You just can't do it.
I can't do it.
You've gotten upset with Northern Lion for not being able to, like, successfully complete certain things, and, like, I think it was Binding of Isaac. He played, like...
Well, it was like, he still didn't know how the game worked. Did I just hear that dog fall into spikes? No.
How many hundreds of times did he play? And you were like, God damn it, as you were watching him.
Oh,
but now I'm starting to think that maybe that was, like, a little pot calling the kettle black, if you will.
Mm-hmm. I think it was.
Because you've now tried no gold runs for I don't know how long.
It was a black pot calling a black kettle black.
Yeah.
I just have always felt the need to specify because
it's actually...
They're multicolored pots. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Especially now. There's like a color range. Have you noticed that?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. A color range?
No.
Is this a racial thing?
No. I'm talking about like in terms of kitchen equipment.
I've always liked colors.
No, I know.
I grew up in a house that looked like a circus.
But like, there's now... Okay, kitchen equipment now comes in multiple colors. Like, you can make all of your kitchen equipment orange if you wanted to. Right? Like.
Oh my god!
All the pans.
I jumped wrong. Fuck a doodle. Ah!
The KitchenAid mixer, you know, your spoons, all of it can be orange. Or red. Or blue.
You can make anything, whatever color you want.
Well, I know, but it's all like enamel-coated stuff.
Now that we're pursuing racial equality, you can have a red or a blue kitchen equipment piece.
Yeah.
You can even have that in a green room.
It's actually, you can even find probably aquamarine.
Bet you could find cerulean.
Well, I think you're just trying to lose.
Bet you could find sharp. Well, that time I picked up a gold bar like an idiot, and then I had to kill myself to start over. I mean, you can hit start and say, nah, I'll just start over the hard way. And your guy just like all of a sudden has a heart attack. But I prefer to have to seek out a way to kill myself.
Oh. I think, yeah, but I think you're being a little harsh on Northern Lion. Because this obviously has not been successful. No.
The series has been marked with, as you put it, Al Bundy-esque references to a long success in the past.
Way
Which, if we were to revisit it, it would not seem like that much of a success, and it actually involved quite a bit of luck. Like the time that I was going to die, but then the mummy killed the shopkeeper for me by spitting a locust at him. Which may have happened to Al Bundy in his past.
I played high school football.
I know.
I got number 2 once on the leaderboard.
I shed a single tear.
There's an expiration date to those types of... Unless you win the Nobel Prize, right? There's always an expiration date.
I think the Nobel Prize has an expiration date, too.
You think?
If it's a Nobel Prize in, like, a science.
Like, how long? Like
the Peace Prize doesn't.
Peace Prize?
Because... Unless whatever you did...
What if it's like a scandal?
Unless whatever you did later turned out to have caused a war.
or potentially, like, you didn't get it at the end of your life. It was like the recent Nobel Peace Prize where, like, you're like, wow, maybe... Like, you know...
Are you going to make a politically charged comment?
No.
Girl who got shot in the face?
No, not at all. I was just going to say...
I just wanted to scare you.
No. I was going to say that at all. You made me paranoid. I'm just saying that, like, you know, what if, like, somebody asked her, Jennifer Lawrence style, like, do you think you've peaked? Like, how do you respond to that, really?
Oh, the series of things that just happened there make me embarrassed to be myself.
Did you pick up gold?
No.
Okay. Well, do you think that you've peaked? Do you think that, you know, your next...
She's like, Lordy, I hope not.
Your next accomplishments will actually...
Oh, I faced the wrong way. It's time to go. Darkest before the dawn.
Your next accomplishments will actually outweigh or surpass what you've already done. And you're like, oh...
Fuck this, we're doing a gold run.
I'm not sure about that. Maybe. But like, you can't be...
This is fine.
Like, if you get the Nobel Peace Prize that young, think about how much pressure that puts on you.
Yeah, I know. What do you have to win next? A Pulitzer?
No, I mean, no.
You have to win a Nobel Prize in another field. That's the only way to make it through.
I think so, yeah.
That's the only way. It's like human accomplishments hold no more for me.
I don't know about the Nobel Peace Prize anymore. I mean, like, I
Like, Obama got it after he got, like, elected?
Wait, what?
For what purpose? I don't know. For being peaceful? I'm not sure.
I don't think he was very peaceful when he got elected. A lot of people were very angry.
Well,
I mean,
it's not his fault.
I understand that.
I mean, I'm not really judging anybody with that. I'm just saying, like,
Well, it was interesting because...
what did he do?
Well, apparently, so I've learned this. They call you in the middle of the night, and because
because it's Swedish time.
Because it's Swedish time, right? And
Really?
Well, if you're in the United States or...
Well, I understand what you're saying.
Other
I'm just saying, like, they don't have, like, a group of people who aren't in Sweden. I assume
well,
that
right.
there's some guy's job to make these phone calls,
They do,
and he gets a call from a
they
Swedish
do.
guy.
And you don't even know if you're nominated, really, which is what happened with Obama. Like, you have no idea if you're nominated. And it's just sort of like a rumor, from what I know. And then you're like, oh, by the way, you won the Nobel Prize for blah, 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 blah.
And you're like,
In Sweden to accept
sweet.
it. And you're just like, uh-oh.
Like, I have to go to Sweden now? That actually sounds awesome.
I think
I want to go to Sweden.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Sweden would be great.
Here's Xavier, I want to visit your country. I would even live there for a time and learn Danish, but it's so expensive.
AJ is Swedish. That's why he's a Julu.
Yes.
Well, he's part Swedish. Hence the Jew part.
You can tell in my picture that I'm
Julu. You're
Scandinavian.
Well, actually, you're a Luju.
Oh, fuck.
You're a Luju.
Wait, what kind of showing is this? This is one with gold now? I guess, give me these shits. I'm kind of disappointed I did a golding run.
No, I know it's offensive to, like, use old neologisms. Is it offensive to make new ones?
Oh my god, I feel like an old neologism is an oxymoron.
I know, right?
What?
Old terms that have been created that have been used in bad ways. But like, what about I don't know. What about new ones?
I don't know what we're talking about. You're gonna have to...
New terms.
So we're just talking about making up new words?
Well, yeah, to describe somebody's, you know, religious...
To describe their person in a couple of ways that identify them as being parts of ethnic or religious groups?
Yeah. I mean, descriptively speaking,
Okay.
it doesn't seem that bad. Like, I actually like your term. I think we should adopt it.
Who's
I mean,
we?
I don't... As a culture,
Oh,
let's do so.
I did a stupid...
Unless there's going to be a war and you're going to be discriminatory about it. I don't see the problem with it, really.
I don't see a problem with the term Luju.
To be honest, I just don't know that
Jew.
many people like that.
Right.
You're the only person I've actually met.
It's okay. We have a club. I know who's who.
Really?
Yeah.
You go to it every Thursday night? Party down?
You don't know when I go. I Skype in.
You Skype in.
Yeah. They meet in the
Do they meet in
the
Sweden?
point equidistant between
Sweden and Eastern Europe somewhere?
between the Wittenberg Chapel and
Is it only Ashkenazi or is it also
in Jerusalem.
Is it also
or in Israel, whatever. I don't know.
Is it only Ashkenazi or is it also Hasidic Jews?
We're a big tent.
And like, does it matter in terms of like your equidistance if you're a Julu or a Luju?
It
Like,
depends on who your mother is.
I know that. So like,
That's the only thing we're allowed to say.
right. So it depends
on who your mother is.
If it depends on who your mother is.
That's actually what we say that's what we say about everything. That's our answer to every question. Our entire language that we use is just a combination of different trills and emphases on the question, or on the statement. It depends on who your mother is.
I think that could be an answer to a lot of questions.
You could be an answer to a lot of questions.
But that doesn't make any sense.
Your face could be an answer to a lot of questions.
I don't know.
Oh, Scorpy, fuck you.
I know that God is an answer to a lot of questions.
God is the question, and my face is the answer.
That doesn't make much sense.
The face of God.
I just
Deum esse.
We were thinking yesterday of like, I probably shouldn't say this. It's probably not a good idea.
Then don't. I don't know what it is though.
Answers to how people could get out of questions that were being asked at the conference, and like we were just coming up with like, I thought like some of the some of the funniest ones ever. Certain answers that we were.
Let's try one speed run.
Like all you have to do is like.
I haven't done this in a while.
Okay.
Oh, I should have gotten that puppy. Go on.
Like the way in which you could flip around like certain things, like such that like it makes the person asking the question be like, huh, you know, this is too abstract to actually be funny. I can't really give.
Is this supposed to be funny?
Yeah, I can't.
Is this supposed to be funny?
Well, I can't really give an example, but the truth is like there's so many ways to answer questions that essentially save you from
yourself.
No, it save you from any sort of like hard question. And like there are things off limits, right? That you can't like judge somebody for.
You mean like saying you're an asshole? What are you talking
No,
about? You're gonna have to
no.
be more specific
Like
and grounded
saying
here.
things like, well, that's my conviction, or that's my belief, or you know, things like that.
Well, I just believe that. Well, why would you say
Or-
that?
or you
What
would
would
say-
you just believe?
You would say the basis of these thinkers' thought is quite different. And you'd be like, I actually, or you know, so therefore, how
One
can
thing
you
that does happen in conferences, people are like, "That's not really what my reading is like."
Yeah, no,
and
no,
you're
you
like,
say
well,
that.
what
That's
is
not really
your
my
reading
reading.
like?
No, but you don't have to answer. That's the best part because nobody's created
Because
the
it's a
time.
conference and you don't have fucking time to learn anything, so instead you just dress up.
Right.
That's what you do
We shouldn't
instead.
be talking about this because it's probably boring to everybody. But like the best is just coming up with like ways. I mean, there are good answers, and you applaud the people that actually like answer them. But like sometimes there's just like an art to turning around questions
Being like,
that you don't want to answer,
is that what you would say?
and it's very funny. Like because it has a lot to do with teaching. They're like, thank you for your question. That is actually a brilliant question. And then sometimes you just reinterpret the question.
I like that question a lot, except I think I could say it better if I asked it on my terms.
Yeah, you don't say that. You just say, oh, that's a brilliant question. And then you kind of like re-articulate the question. You'd be like, more research needs to be done on that. And then like that's
Yeah, I
that's,
definitely think that's the
that's-
direction I should go with my project.
Yeah, that's
You know,
like
that, then you like write something down and you're like, well, I'm gonna throw this away later anyway.
that's one way.
We're going pretty slowly, but I'm manic.
The other is like, actually, my reading doesn't entail that inquiry.
Never heard that one. I like it.
Yeah, that one's good. Other ones are flipping around the assumptions of somebody else at the conference. Like, well, I actually think that you're assuming too much when you ask the question that this and this are akin to one another or dislike one another. Maybe if we actually were to, change our paradigms and to see these two thinkers as blah 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 blah, blah, then we would come up with some new and interesting readings. That's the direction my paper is trying to go in. Like, just generic things like that. It's really funny, but they work so well because
Oh.
it's not, well, conferences don't have to be bad, but what's funny about it is
It's like they want to be bad.
well, I mean, I think it's
Oh, God.
I think it might be a particular version of the humanities in general.
My
but
flesh is melting off right off the bone.
I don't know if that happens in
Sounds
science.
delicious. I love it when the flesh falls off the bone.
In science, it might be more grueling.
In science, some people might have PowerPoint slides that you can follow that actually have the data sets. I went to a sociology conference once, and I was expecting, I was an undergrad at the time, and it was a graduate conference, which it isn't really that intimidating. It's like you're going one half a level up. I was a senior. I went to the sociology conference. It was a regional one, so it wasn't like their big one. And Jesus Christ. And let's just say, there was this one thing, I don't remember where we were. We were in some Ohio city, but one guy comes up and he's like, I would really like help with my project. And I'm like, that's why I'm here, not to learn, to give you help? Okay, Mr. Tenured Faculty Member. He's like, I'm trying to learn about ways that parents, give their kids alcohol at parties when they're in high school, and we're trying to see if that should be legalized under parental supervision on certain ages of high schoolers
That's normal.
in Ohio.
A lot of social sciences go out and seek data in that way.
We weren't seeking data. He was like, you guys got any ideas for how we could figure this out, how to do this? And I was like, no.
From what I understand, that's what grad students do.
Really? This was a
Professor.
tenured faculty member. He had a beard. He had a white beard.
From what I
And
understand,
one other guy was like, we're really trying to find HIV-infected males who have sex with males who are of Hispanic origin in the Akron, Ohio region who are also self-professed Catholics and are married.
okay.
And I was like, well, that's ultra-specific. And I looked around the room and I was like, none of us appear to have an in with that crowd, but maybe I'm thinking too loosely about
too
it.
narrowly, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. And I was like, I'm not from Akron, so right off the bat, not HIV infected. I could go through a list of things why I don't qualify. And it was almost like he was like, are any of you that? Please tell me that you know someone. I'm like, sorry. I know.
That's why sample sizes are so small, and they're like, well, it's
Someone was like,
contentious.
why does it have to be Akron? And I don't remember his answer. Like, this would be easier if you found a
New
different community.
Mexico.
Yeah, anywhere. Somewhere with, like, more people of Latin origin, more people...
Southern California.
Yeah, who, like, where there was a community of, like, men who had sex with men. I mean, there's, like... I mean, I'm sure that exists in Akron, but just, like, the set of qualifications were so extreme. I was like, Akron, Ohio. We weren't in Akron, by the way. It wasn't like he was asking us to turn around. That was not the city in Ohio we were in. I think we were in Cincinnati. Whatever, this presentation is over.